Hi everyone, I'm Clara. I'm a PhD student at the University of Edinburgh. And I'm here to give you yet another example of why mathematics can be useful, just in case you're not very much into visiting Edinburgh, rugby, or love. So I want to start off by saying that it's quite frustrating that people think mathematicians are just these people from the math problems you had back in school. You know, like, we don't just go to the grocery store and count apples and watermelons. Like, we do actually a lot of things other than counting fruits. For example, I count tigers. So what I do in my research is that I care about animal conservation. And in order to do that, we need some information about the animals. And it's important to be able to count them. If we're able to count animals such as tigers, then we can know, well, how many there are on Earth in general. Then we can know if they're about to go extinct. And in a certain area, in a certain reserve, it's important to know from one year to the next if there's change in the population, then to be able to understand the causes and do something about it. So you're convinced it's useful? We got that. So let's go on a little adventure and see if we can count all of the tigers that are, well, still in the world right now. And in order to do that, we hop on a plane and we head to Africa. And there we get to work. And this is actually a really easy job because there are no tigers in Africa. So, yeah. Yeah, like, no, zero, I swear. Like, didn't need a PhD in math for that. So we hop on another plane and we go to India, where there are actually some tigers. And then you're all there, we're ecologists, we want to count tigers, and you're thinking, who brought the mathematician here? Like, we can count, right? We can count to 10, it's okay. So why is the mathematician here? Well, counting tigers in the jungle is actually quite hard. Well, you need to see all the tigers. And how can you ever be sure that how can you be sure that you've seen all the tigers? I mean, how can you know that there's not one that's just very lazy, sleeping in a bush the whole time? So we want to minimize the amount of resources that we spend to see all the tigers and be as sure as possible about the number that actually lives there. And this is where we use statistics. So how about we get to work? Can we turn on the light, please? Thank you. So I'm going to get some material because now I'm going to head to the jungle and catch some tigers. So for that, I need my special tools to be able to catch the tigers. So let's go. So I go to the jungle and I catch a tiger, and you can please take a bow from the little bag, and you or your neighbor can clip it to your ears. And so I go around the jungle, and what's happening is that I'm going to catch some of the tigers that are in this jungle. And they're putting a little bow on their ears for me to be able to recognize them. I want to be able to know if I go back out another day. I want to know which tigers I've already seen and which ones I have not seen yet, right? So this is like a little ID tag that I'm putting on those tigers that I catch to be able to remember which ones I've already seen. So after a very long day of work in the jungle, I'm still alive, didn't get eaten by any tigers. I go home and I write down my data. So I caught one tiger here, one tiger there. I can see you. You're like right behind. Okay, I caught 5 tigers today. A good day of work, honestly. So now I rest for a bit, and next week, I'm ready again. I'm going to head back to the jungle. So I head to the jungle today, and I catch this tiger over here, and this tiger, but, oh, you already have a bow. I caught you last week. Okay, I'll take a note of that. I catch this tiger, and this tiger, but yeah, already seen you. Okay. So after another very hard day of work, like I just really want to go home, take a bath. I come home, and what happens? Well, I caught 4 tigers today, but I only caught 2 that I did not caught the last time I went out. So I'll make a little note that I did cut also 2 that I had caught already last week. But now what do I know? Well, now I know there are at least 7 tigers in this jungle right here. And honestly, I don't want to go back out there. It's a dangerous jungle and I'm tired and no, I really don't want to go back out to this jungle. So I would like to know how many tigers were there actually in the jungle? How could I get an idea of how many I did not see just by using the data that I have today? And so in order to do this, I'm going to now do a little magic trick, which between us we call a mathematical formula. And so I'll just give you the formula. We're doing the amount of tigers that we saw on the first time we went out, which was 5, times the amount that we saw on the second time we went out, that was 4. And we divide by the amount that we saw on both times. Does someone have the answer? No, I'm just testing you. So here we go. That's 10 tigers in this jungle right here. So now can all the tigers in the room please stand up? Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there another someone with a tiger? Did I mess up my formula? Actually. Well, if you still don't understand anything about how I count tiger or any of the math that is being talked about today, then just take home this message with you. There are no tigers in Africa. Thank you.